Hello, beautiful people. Thank you and welcome back. It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. And hope you're enjoying the videos, get inspired because that is what I'm about. So, yeah. Well, today the topic is a bit different, but it matches the other video. But I want to try to talk about something. Is it something about someone special to me that I wish they were here. So, how I ended up without my parents, growing without my parents. So, it is back in, I would say, 2002. I was young. This is a story told, but I'll tell it in the best way. So, I was young. So, I would say my mom was a single mom. Let me say that. She was a single mom. So, the fact that she was single and we were young, my sister and I, we had to stay with my grandparents and sorry, with my grandparents. Yeah, she would go hustle, and you know what happens when you have kids and you're a single mom. Most of them they prefer to take them to their grandparents so that they're able to hustle, look for money, look for food, and all that. So that was the case. So we moved to stay with my grandparents, and my mom left to the city. I would say Nairobi because it is still Nairobi. It was called Nairobi back then. So she moved to the city, and we went to the small town where my grandparents lived. And it's funny because I would say poverty. I don't know how we can end it because back then it was still there, and even now there are people going through the same thing. So uh, it's in the year 2000. My mom lives us with the grandparents. She goes to Nairobi, and she's working. I don't know how she used to send money. I don't know how they used to communicate, but I believe I used to see her once in a while. And on two occasions that I remember, I saw my mom. She was sick. So my grandmother would tell me, don't go sleep with mommy. She's sick." And I didn't understand why she was sick. What do you mean I don't sleep with her and she's sick? So I didn't understand. And at this time now, my sister, she's 5 years older than me, I think. So if I'm not wrong, she was older than me. So I think she understood more than I could. So I slept on the couch and my mom slept on the bed with, no, she slept alone. And in the morning, she woke up so sick. I don't know why she was sick, but she was bleeding, so I don't know where the blood was coming from. But I could see her hold her mouth all the time with a type of cloth. So I didn't understand. So I thought maybe she was bleeding or something. But years back, it's when I realized it was her mouth that was bleeding. So my mommy was sick for the longest time. I think she stayed at home. And at this time, the whole time that she was sick, nobody could tell where she was sick. But my grandmother used to say she's sick and all that. She's bleeding, her mouth was swollen. So she went back to the city so that she would get more medication to the major hospital that we have. So it is in this big hospital that we have until now. So she went there. I think she got treated or something. So for the second time, I think that was the last time I saw my mom. When she came back and she left, she never came back home again. So in my entire life that I remember that I saw my mom, it was only twice. And I was this young. So the only thing I remember is that my mom was brown. That's the only thing I can tell. And that's the only thing. She was brown with very long hair. That's the only thing I can tell about my mom. So Any memories of her beating him? I don't remember. Any memories of mom taking me to church? I don't remember. Any memories of my mom beating me? Or I don't know. I don't think I have a lot of memories, but at that time, there's those few things I remember. Seeing her come home, bring us her bread, that's it. So her coming back home for the second time when she leaves, that was the last time I saw my mommy. And at this time, remember we are still in 2000. So she leaves and she don't come back. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, and I'm like, wait, why do I have to call my grandmother granny when I hear the rest they call others mommy and daddy? So what is going on? Why do I have to call my parents different? I didn't know there is a difference between a mom and a dad. No, a mommy, daddy, and grandfather and grandmother. I didn't know the difference. So as I grew up, I discovered there was a difference. So I asked my grandmother. She told me your mom died. I was like, what is dying? Yes, she died and she went to live with God. And I was like, what does that mean? Yes, she died. She got sick and she died. So yes. So as time goes, excuse me, as time goes, what's so funny until lately last year is that me seeing my mom for the second time was the last time I saw her, and coming to hear about her death, nobody even knew what killed her. That's what surprises me up to date. Nobody knew what killed her. But back then, when she was in the hospital, they used to send mails to my grandfather. He'd go get the mails. Maybe after 2 months later, they send a mail from the hospital. And when my grandfather got the papers, I don't know if he understood what he read, but until lately last year, when I saw some papers in my grandfather's documents before we get rid of some that were unnecessary, I came across a certain book. I would say a booklet, yeah, a certain booklet. It was a letter, it was folded. So I opened it and I read. It was from the major hospital where my mom was lying in bed for the longest time that I had, and that's where she passed on. So, so discovering that my mom died of sarcoma, I've really researched. It's not that I can help her about it, but nothing I can do about it right now. But I have researched about it. I have, I don't know what to say, but according to the way I've understood it, I would say my mom died of cancer, and it's so sad that grandparents didn't understand that. I don't blame them, but they didn't understand. And it hurts me most waking up and seeing people die every day because of cancer. It hurts, breaks me, because you can't tell me from all those years there's still no solution for that. We cannot still afford to treat these people. I don't know, but yeah, that's how I ended up growing with my grandparents, being an orphan, and growing with my grandparents. I would say it was the most challenging experience I've ever had. It's the most complicated way of growing up, I would say so, because you'll always feel awkward. It's not that they mistreated me, but I always felt it was awkward. It was awkward growing up without a parent. I always felt it was the awkward way of growing up, because going to school, you see people with their mummies, they're being taken to school, and I think it was awkward, it was painful, but they have made me to be a strong girl, because maybe I would be a different person. I think so. But it's the best thing I've ever experienced was to be with them, because they've always taught me the right way and the best way, and I don't regret, because that was past. That is past now. I'm living my life, bringing up my daughter the best way I know, because we all have different ways of bringing up our kids. There are people who are comfortable with leaving the kids with their aunties, leaving the kids with their grandparents, leaving the kids with their sisters, niece, nephews. But let me tell you something, I'm never okay. That is me. And I hope with time, that is trust. I would say I have trust issues, which I'm working up on it, but it's no, no. It's hard. Me going through what I have been through, then God giving me a child who is a girl. I've always have trust issues. Believe you me. Let me tell you, you go to salon, you leave your daughter to I don't know. I don't, unless I take a walk one step outside and I'm back inside. I can't, because I have trust issues. I don't just trust people. It takes time. And I think it is always the best thing to do is to give yourself time and space to heal. Then the rest will flow. That's what I believe. So that's why I ended up as a orphan for my sister and I. Yes, and that's it. And that is life I'm living right now. So getting used to it, and I think I've managed. I've healed. Yes, I didn't see my mom for the longest time, but realizing that she died, I think that's where I started the process of healing, of growing up without a mom, and it has been a journey. It has been quite a journey of accepting. It's not easy. It's not easy, because many are the times that I used to cry and say, I wish my mommy was here. I wish just for a second she woke up and came here. Yeah, it has been a journey, quite a long journey of healing, but here I am. It's by God's grace, but we have to keep going. It's life. Life has to move on. You just need time to heal, and that's it. So, thank you guys for watching, for stopping by, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. Thank you for everything. I don't take it for granted. Until next time. Until we meet again, guys. Thank you so much.